It was more than that, because ever since I was like 8 years old and I saw her on the TV, and I was like, Mommy, I want that one.
At 45, Jason Momoa has finally opened up about the one woman who changed his life forever, Lisa Bonet. The Hollywood star, known for his rugged charm and powerful roles, revealed that Lisa was not only his childhood crush, but the true love of his life. After years of silence, Jason's heartfelt confession sheds light on their iconic love story, the challenges of fame, and how their bond shaped him as a man. It's raw, emotional, and utterly unforgettable. Childhood admiration for Lisa Bonet. From the moment Jason Momoa first saw Lisa Bonet on The Cosby Show, he felt a spark of wonder. He was only 8 years old, but he already knew she was special. He told his mother, "I want that one," as if her warm spirit reached out from the television and spoke to him directly. Growing up in Iowa, far from the bright lights of Hollywood, Jason dreamed of worlds beyond his backyard. For him, Lisa was a symbol of creativity and freedom. Though he was just a small-town boy, he felt an unshakable bond with Lisa's effortless style and fearless spirit. That early crush ignited his own love for art, music, and self-expression. In every childhood pretend game, he pictured himself by her side, sharing laughter and adventure in worlds he created with his imagination. Years passed, but that feeling stayed with him like a treasured keepsake. Whenever he felt out of place or misunderstood, he remembered Lisa's free-spirited charm and found hope. Little did he know that destiny would one day bring them face to face, turning that childhood daydream into reality. The admiration he felt for Lisa set the stage for a love story beyond what he could have imagined. Even as he stepped into adulthood, Jason held on to the spark that first lit his heart when he was 8. That early connection shaped his view of love, making Lisa Bonet his guiding light from the start. Their first meeting. Jason Momoa first met Lisa Bonet in 2005 at a jazz club in Los Angeles, and it felt like a dream coming true. Ever since he was a young boy, Jason had admired her on The Cosby Show, telling his mother he wished to meet her one day. When they finally crossed paths that night, he felt a mixture of nervousness and awe. They were introduced by mutual friends, and from the moment they exchanged greetings, there was a warmth between them that neither could ignore. Lisa's calm yet strong presence drew Jason in, and her free spirit reminded him of the same qualities he tried to embrace in his own life. Throughout the evening, they laughed, shared life stories, and discovered how much they both valued creativity, family, and staying true to oneself. Even though Jason was still finding his footing in Hollywood, Lisa saw something genuine in him. She admired his courage and the deep respect he showed for his roots. Meanwhile, Jason found her wisdom refreshing. She had already walked the tough path of fame, and her steady outlook on life comforted him. As the night ended, Jason felt his heart racing. Though he had once only known her through a television screen, he now saw Lisa as a real person, who understood him in ways others did not. From that very first meeting, it was clear they shared a bond that felt meaningful and sincere. Unique bond through shared struggles. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet's bond arose from the struggles they faced in their early lives. Jason, born in Hawaii but raised in Iowa, often felt torn between two worlds. Lisa, with her African American and Jewish roots, also knew what it meant to blend different cultures. Their childhoods taught them the value of standing firm when challenged by society's narrow views, building a resilience that would later unite them. When Jason first stepped into the spotlight, he was typecast for his fierce appearance and exotic background. Lisa, meanwhile, had earned stardom as a teen, but found it hard to remain true to herself under Hollywood's watchful eye. Both faced criticism for living outside the lines, fighting to protect their creative freedom. These struggles made them appreciate each other's need for authenticity. Neither one wanted to compromise who they were, giving birth to a connection built on honesty and trust. They found comfort in each other's life experiences, discovering how their individual battles had shaped their views on family and love. By being open about their personal scars, they forged a union that embraced both independence and closeness. Even as their paths diverged, one drawn to the thrill of fame, the other to the calm of home, they respected each other's choices. Thus, their shared struggles became the bedrock of their relationship, reminding them that true love is about acceptance, empathy, and standing together when the rest of the world feels too heavy. Lisa's stability anchored Jason. From the earliest days of their relationship, Lisa Bonet became a steady force in Jason Momoa's life. While Jason was still finding his way in Hollywood, Lisa had already lived through the ups and downs of fame. She knew what it felt like to be placed under a magnifying glass and judged for every little choice. Instead of letting that scrutiny define her, Lisa built a private, peaceful world where she could focus on what truly mattered: family, art, and personal growth. Jason, with his rising career and thirst for adventure, found in Lisa a calm energy that balanced his passionate spirit. She encouraged him to embrace his roots, to stay humble, and to nurture his creative side. When he felt pressure from the industry or struggled with loneliness while filming away from home, Lisa reminded him that it was okay to take a step back and breathe. Her wisdom came not from lectures, but from quiet understanding and a life lived boldly on her own terms. Over time, this stability gave Jason a sense of security he hadn't known before. He felt free to spread his wings professionally because he knew Lisa was there to hold down the fort at home. Their bond wasn't about one outshining the other, but about finding strength in their differences. In Lisa, Jason discovered a partner who offered both refuge and resilience, anchoring him in a world that often felt unpredictable. A love rooted in family and heritage. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet built a bond that went beyond simple romance. They shared cultures shaped by mixed backgrounds, giving their relationship a firm foundation. Jason's Hawaiian roots and Lisa's African American and Jewish heritage held deep meaning for each of them. They felt a strong duty to pass these traditions on to their children, raising them in a home filled with music, art, and honest discussion about who they were and where they came from. This unity of cultures made their family life rich and vibrant. Through food, language, and spiritual practices, they honored both sides of their diverse backgrounds. They also made sure their children spent time in Hawaii, soaking up the land and water that formed Jason's earliest memories. Meanwhile, Lisa shared her own family customs, encouraging a sense of pride connected to her daughter's heritage as well. Together, they created a living tapestry of love, rooted not only in personal feelings, but in the deep respect they held for their ancestors. By weaving their histories into everyday life, Jason and Lisa formed a shelter where their loved ones felt proud of who they were. They read stories of island warriors and listened to old family tales from Lisa's side. Holidays were filled with shared blessings, each tradition shining a light on their shared beliefs. Their devotion to family and culture became the secret behind their enduring love, feeding a bond that grew stronger through joyful chapter. The toll of Jason's rising stardom. As Jason Momoa's career soared, the demands of Hollywood began to weigh heavily on his personal life. The role of Aquaman catapulted him to worldwide fame, bringing endless press tours, movie shoots, and fan events. Although Jason loved his work, the constant travel and long hours kept him away from home more than he preferred. Over time, the bright spotlight stole away the quiet moments he once shared with Lisa Bonet. She wanted stability for their family, while he was swept up in new responsibilities and commitments. Finding time for each other grew harder as Jason juggled new projects and tried to please everyone around him. Though he longed to fulfill Lisa's longing for a calm life, the Hollywood machine had its own plans. He found himself torn between chasing his dreams and nurturing the peace Lisa valued so deeply. As the gap widened, heartbreak replaced the once unbreakable closeness they had cherished. Lisa withdrew to guard their children from the chaos, while Jason struggled with heavy expectations. Despite their efforts to find balance, his hectic schedule often clashed with her need for calm. They talked, they tried, but communication turned into misunderstandings when endless deadlines replaced quality time. As Jason rose higher, the lonely hours apart took a toll nobody could ignore. His heart longed for home, yet he had become the face of a global franchise. In the end, the demands of Stardom eroded what once felt unbreakable. Lisa's retreat into privacy. Lisa Bonet found comfort in a quieter way of life, far removed from Hollywood's glaring lights. Even during the early years of her career, she was never drawn to the social whirl. After her time on The Cosby Show and the spotlight that followed, Lisa realized she preferred a slower pace that honored her creativity and love for her family. She found that constant media interest left her feeling exposed, so she built a more private world where she had control over who had access to her daily life. As Jason Momoa's fame grew, with each new role placing him in the center of fan attention, Lisa's need for space became even stronger. She respected Jason's success, but chose to shield their children from the chaos that came with his rising stardom. Instead of stepping onto red carpets and facing the cameras, Lisa pulled back, focusing on nurturing her loved ones and preserving her sense of inner peace. In her view, privacy was not about hiding. It was about preserving the energy needed to create and to love fully. Being true to herself was more important than pleasing the public's idea of a celebrity couple. Lisa nurtured her spiritual side, dove into the arts, and kept her personal circle small. She preferred real connections and the safety of her calm home. In that sacred space, she could simply be a mother and an artist, free from the noise of fame. Their separation in 2022. At the start of 2022, Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet surprised fans everywhere by announcing their separation. For many, their love story had seemed unbreakable, tracing back to that magical night at a jazz club where sparks first flew. Jason's career had long since taken off, placing him in the global spotlight after his role as Aquaman, while Lisa chose a quieter life focused on her family and personal growth. Over time, these different paths created a gap that neither could fully bridge. When they shared news of their split on social media, it wasn't full of anger or blame. Instead, both spoke of the changes they were experiencing and their wish to keep family at the heart of every decision. They stressed that their friendship remained strong, revealing an unshaken commitment to co-parenting their children, Lola and Nakoa Wolf. Their announcement was a heartbreak for fans who had watched them weather challenges together. Many remembered how Jason once called Lisa the woman of his dreams, which made the separation feel even more emotional. Yet, this chapter in their lives did not end their respect for each other. Jason continued focusing on his career and advocacy projects, while Lisa chose to protect her peace and maintain a stable home for the kids. Though their marriage ended, their story remains a poignant reminder that sometimes love transforms. They are no longer partners in romance, but they stand as devoted parents, proving that care can last even when a relationship changes shape. Jason's reflection. Post-separation. Jason Momoa found himself in a whirlwind of thoughts after the separation. For years, Lisa Bonet had been his lighthouse, guiding him with her calm presence and steadfast love. Now, he felt like a traveler with no map, forced to face the choices that had led them to this crossroads. While filming big projects around the globe, he often felt weighed down by guilt. Had he sacrificed precious moments with Lisa and their children for the sake of his skyrocketing career? Those questions haunted him day and night. Still, he looked back on their shared life with thankfulness. Every laugh, every hard lesson, had shaped him into who he was. Now, without her daily support, he learned to stand on his own, carrying the wisdom she had given him. Through reflection, he saw how their differences had also been their strength. While he thrived on new experiences and public attention, Lisa had offered stability. Together, they formed a unit that balanced freedom and peace, even when life's demands pressed in. As he moved forward, Jason vowed to honor the love that had once lit his path. He embraced his Hawaiian heritage, defending the oceans and lands that shaped him. Each day, he worked through his regret and focused on building a bond with his children. Accepting this new reality proved difficult, but Jason discovered that unseen loss could spark growth, teaching him to carry Lisa's grace within his own resilience. A story of transformation, not loss. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet's relationship did not simply vanish when they announced their separation. Instead, it evolved into something deeper, built on respect and shared memories. They may no longer be partners in marriage, but their bond remains a powerful force in their lives. They learned that love can adapt to change without losing its core. From their early days of meeting in a jazz club to welcoming children and blending their cultural roots, they built a story filled with warmth and sincerity. While their separation shocked many fans, Jason and Lisa made it clear there was no reason to see this shift as pure loss. Their focus turned toward co-parenting, ensuring their children grew up with the same strong values they once nurtured together. Jason has channeled his energy into his career and advocacy for the environment, while Lisa has chosen a quieter path that protects her peace and her family's unity. Both continue to celebrate the elements that once brought them together: creativity, open-heartedness, and loyalty to their shared heritage. In this new phase, they stand as proof that love can persist, even when it takes on a different shape. Their story reminds us that endings can also be beginnings, offering space to grow. For Jason and Lisa, their separation is not a tale of defeat, but a testament to love's ability to transform while staying true at its core.